Ever feel like you need a PhD in finance just to figure out your own money?
Oh, yeah. I think we've all been there.
Like between all the apps and the advice and just trying to make ends meet?
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it is. It can be super overwhelming.
And so many of you reached out asking for us to really deep dive into personal finance.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing it.
We are.
Today we're going to hit it all. We're going to talk saving, budgeting, even a little bit of investing.
Yes.
And, we might even touch on side hustles and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Making some extra money online.
We'll break down really simple but powerful ideas like the 50-30-20 rule for saving.
Love that one.
And don't worry if investing sounds scary, because we're going to focus on stuff that anyone can do, like even the set it and forget it approach.
Yeah. For real, having a plan is like the key to not getting totally overwhelmed by all the financial stuff out there. And that's exactly what we're going to give you today. Like actionable stuff you can use today, not just theory.
Okay, so let's get into it with a 50-30-20 rule. It's way easier than it sounds. Basically, you split up your after-tax income. 50% goes to your needs, so like rent, groceries, bills, that kind of unavoidable stuff.
Right, the essentials.
And then 30% goes to your wants, the fun stuff.
The stuff that makes life worth living.
Exactly. And the last 20%, that's your savings and debt repayment powerhouse.
Yeah. And the cool thing about this is it really helps with that whole feeling like you have to sacrifice your whole lifestyle to save money.
Right.
Because you don't.
Right.
This rule shows you how to allocate your money mindfully, and it works no matter how much you're making.
Yeah, and speaking of not having to sacrifice everything, we found some awesome tips in our research for cutting everyday expenses without feeling like you're, giving up all the good stuff.
Right, like going full minimalist.
Exactly. One thing I thought was really cool was trading in a pricey gym membership for free workout videos online.
Oh, yeah, there's so many good ones out there.
Or meal prepping so you're not tempted by takeout every night.
Meal prepping is a game changer.
Seriously, little changes can make a huge difference.
Huge. And you know what else can make a huge difference when it comes to feeling financially secure?
What?
Having a good emergency fund. If you've got even a little bit of money set aside for unexpected stuff,
Oh, yeah.
it just gives you so much peace of mind. And it means you can make better long-term decisions without feeling panicked.
Totally. It's like your safety net.
Yeah.
And you don't even need to save a ton every month to get started.
Nope. Even a little bit helps.
Okay, let's talk about something that I think gets a bad rap a lot of the time. Budgeting.
Oh, yeah, budgeting. Everyone's least favorite thing.
But it doesn't have to be like a punishment.
It really doesn't.
It's more about taking control.
Yeah, think of a budget as a tool.
Mm.
It just helps you see where your money's going.
Right.
And then make choices that actually match your goals. Like whether you're saving up for a house, or you want to travel the world, or maybe you're just trying to pay off your student loans. Budgeting can help with all of that.
And you can do it old school with a pen and paper, or you can use one of the many budgeting apps or spreadsheets out there, whatever works for you.
Totally. And here's a really good tip that we found in our research. Don't make your budget too strict.
Oh, that's good.
Because life happens. And if you're too rigid, you're going to get discouraged.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to build in some wiggle room for those unexpected expenses that come up.
Okay, so now let's talk about investing. For the longest time, I thought investing was this super complicated thing that only experts did.
Oh, I was the same way.
But it's really just about making your money work for you over time.
Yeah, you don't have to be like a Wall Street wizard or anything.
Not at all.
Mm.
And even starting with a little bit of money can make a big difference because of this thing called compounding.
Compounding is like magic. You're basically earning returns on top of your returns.
And don't let all the jargon scare you off. There are tons of low-risk options that are perfect for beginners.
Oh, yeah, totally. Things like index funds or high-yield savings accounts. Those are great places to start.
Oh, and you mentioned this set it and forget it approach earlier. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, so basically you just set up automatic contributions to your chosen investment, and then you literally just let it grow over time. You don't have to constantly watch it or anything.
And that works for any kind of investment.
Well, it's especially great for long-term growth. And there's these things called robo-advisors now.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
They use algorithms to manage your investments based on your risk tolerance and your goals. It takes all the guesswork out of it.
So you really can just set it and forget it.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about ways to supercharge your finances even more.
All right, let's do it.
Side hustles and online opportunities. Remember when I was freaking out about saving for that Italy trip?
Yeah.
I started doing a little bit of freelance writing on the side, and it helped me reach my goal way faster than I thought I could.
That's awesome. And it's a perfect example of how a side hustle can really accelerate your financial goals. Like the internet has opened up so many different ways to make extra money using your skills and interests.
Right.
Like you can do freelancing, affiliate marketing, you can sell digital products, or even teach online courses.
So many options.
Tons of options. The key is to find something that you actually enjoy and that fits into your life.
Yeah. But I also want to be real for a second. Balancing a side hustle with everything else you've got going on,
So yeah,
it can be tough.
it's definitely a challenge. It's all about prioritizing and, finding little pockets of time here and there and then
Yeah.
using that time intentionally.
So we've covered a lot of ground today. We talked about the 50-30-20 rule for saving,
Hmm.
how to build a budget that actually works for you. We even demystified investing a little bit,
Hmm.
and we even talked about some side hustle ideas.
Yeah, hopefully everyone feels a little less overwhelmed by personal finance now.
So now it's time to take all this knowledge and do something with it.
Yeah.
Like, what's one small financial step that you can take today?
Yeah, even if it's just like setting up that emergency fund we talked about.
Or finally making a budget.
Or maybe looking into some beginner-friendly investment options.
Even the tiniest step can make a big difference over time. Remember, personal finance, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Just start small, build some good habits, and you'll be amazed at the progress you can make.
I love that. A marathon, not a sprint.
It's so true.
Okay, so what if instead of focusing on the numbers so much, what if we all focused on what we want our money to do for us in our lives?
Ooh, that's good.
What do we actually want to be able to do? And then how can our money help us get there?
I love that. That's a great place to leave it.
I think so.